What up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy Jaystar back again with the full strategy show, man. You already know how we doing it. Man, this week, man, oh my god. I don't know. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really like I'm actually almost feeling great like about this week. It's week 6, man. It's I really hope, man. Watch this video, man. Enjoy like and watch this whole video because this video right here should help all y'all win, man. I just went through so much, notes, injuries and things like that, and man, I'm feeling really good. And I just, by the end of this video, I feel like all y'all should be feeling really good. I want to say shout out to Show Me Your TDs, because he said he won, took down the slate last week with with the help of my videos and everything. Was able to get like 220, he said, on the full slate last week, and got won some big money. So happy for him, man. But let's get into this slate, man. As we always do, kind of going over, best matchups. I'm going to also leave you off at the end of this video with the best stacks, the 3 best stacks of this week. So yeah, definitely you want to stay to the end of this one, man. But each game I'm gonna go through and announce, what injuries and stuff like that could help us out with hitting big, man, hitting really big. Like I said, I feel really good. So let's get right into it. We starting off with the San Francisco game versus Atlanta Falcons. We got Garoppolo and Mariota. Garoppolo is actually in a good spot here. Atlanta's giving up like 9th in fantasy points to quarterback. So if you actually want to roll with Garoppolo this week, he actually is a really good spot. Also because of his receiving weapons are supposed to be able to do well too as well. Even all the way up to from Debo, I wouldn't really take because we know Debo is the more, high fantasy person, but Debo's in a really good spot this week. Should be able to go off, even off of, 9 to 7 targets. We could be seeing a nice like 26 or real talk to me. I'm thinking, man, I believe they give up so many yards. So like, I'm thinking Debo could come out with like a 150-yard game here, y'all, and maybe a touchdown, like for real. It just really depends. Like if we can get to double-digit targets in this game for once, I really feel like, it might get there just because this could be somewhat of a shootout here, really, because of the fact that San Francisco is banged up really bad. So injury reports on the San Francisco side, their slot cornerback is out and their left side cornerback is out too as well. Jimmy Ward and what's the other one's name right now? Why can't I think of the other one's name? Oh my god, I'm lost the names right now. The other cornerback, but y'all know the both of the cornerbacks is out though completely. So it should open up, this game being this on the road for them. I expect Mariota to kind of shoot out with him a little bit, especially getting Pitts back, and they always want to line up Pitts with cornerbacks anyways, and I feel like this will be the game where he can actually score a touchdown. And so it's going to put a lot of pressure on Garoppolo to actually score and throw the ball in this game. So that's why I feel like Debo's in for a really good big game here, as well as even Kittle, though, guys, because of the fact that if he's going to keep getting these 6 to 5 targets and stuff in this game, this could be a big game for him, though, just because Atlanta gives up tight end. So even in that amount of targets, I can see him getting to like 80, 70 yards here. So just want to mention that if you want to do a Garoppolo stack, this could be the week, man, to do it. On the other side, too, though, Mariota's in a good spot, too, being I know it says first, but this is before all them injuries. And like I said, with 2 cornerbacks being out, going to Drake London and if you want to roll it out, with Drake London with a Mariota and even Pitts, you know what I'm saying? Like, or just roll with Drake London and run back Debo, or the other way, with like I said, with Garoppolo and running back, with Drake London and stuff like that. Like this could be a really good game, man. In the dome, no weather issues and everything like that. Speed of the game should be pretty fast too. But I'm gonna keep it moving, y'all. Oh, my bad. I should have also mentioned though that big in play too. Jeff Wilson at running back too as well, since they give up the rush. So then we're gonna move on to New England and Cleveland here. Over here, Brissett. This would be I think, what is it? Is it a pretty slow game? Yeah. I think this is actually the slowest game on the whole slate, y'all. So, and then we got one more, but yeah. So. But this one right here is very slow. Rolling out with the rookie, it looks like again, with Zappe and Brissett though on the other side. The running game is probably gonna be the biggest part of this game. I like Stevenson, of course. I'm sure he's gonna be a cash game option this week too. And I feel like Jeff Wilson was probably the other cash game option too. But yeah, definitely Stevenson is gonna be a really good play. He should get a bulk load of the what I want to say, attempts at the rush, and as well as the targets too as well. And they're going to need him to catch, more, like get back to these 5 targets in this game, because that's where Cleveland is really giving up, points to for fantasy. So if he can get back to these 5 targets, I expect a huge game from him. As well as they giving up the rush, but I feel like they're giving up more points in this, in this category here with the receptions and things. So definitely he's in play. Also Cleveland, who's out? What's his name? Denzel Ward is out, y'all. So I know Myers doesn't really line out wide where Denzel Ward would be at. I still expect him to be, he's going to get targets just because he's their best receiver. So it should be still a good game for him. But depending on if Parker is going to actually, get some targets, he could have a good game too as well, just because no Denzel Ward. It's hard to hit on their outside receivers, I want to say, because looking at snap counts, like Devontae Parker was in second most. But just to get 0 to 1, like 1 target or 0 targets, yeah, that's crazy. Like, I didn't understand that. He was the second most snap count receiver in this game. I think, who was the next one? I want to say Aguilar got in a little bit. Yeah, that's why he only had 1 target. I think he was probably next up. And I can't really tell you. Like, I don't know the rest. But like I say, it just didn't make no sense. They just went to Jacoby Myers. So if you just want to roll with Jacoby Myers, you can. At tight end here, Njoku is in play. Because New England is giving up fantasy points to tight ends, and it's not even just that, they're actually giving up a touchdown a game to tight ends, so that's why he would be in play then. And on the other side of receiver, Cooper is cool to take, but I just feel like it's probably better plays than Cooper, but he could do well, and that's about it for this game. I'm gonna keep it moving. We got the Jets and Green Bay Packers. Man, I thought about taking Roger stacks at first, and everything, and I don't mind still taking it, because last week they talked about are you ready to air it out with Aaron Rodgers, and he said he was ready to go, but I don't think the coach was ready yet for sure, so that's why we didn't really air it out at all. But I think against the Jets, and after coming off of a loss, I would feel like they probably be ready now, so, and then the fact that, to me, the Giants was a slower paced team, and the Packers are a slow paced team, so I kind of expected them not to really be airing it out like that in that game. But against the Jets are the fastest paced team in the whole league, y'all. So, and the Packers was, I thought we was the slowest pace, but we're not. We're about, what I want to say, like the second to slowest pace or third slowest pace team. But going against the fastest pace team is going to give more opportunities for Rodgers to catch, throw the ball and everything more, and probably, air it out a little bit more in this game against the Jets. I do expect him to probably have a better game. Like, this could be one of his best games, because I do expect Aaron Jones is big in play in this game, just for the fact I know we're going to run still. Should be able to do well on the run at home. And also, I think of the pass catching ability of Aaron Jones, he could probably score a touchdown, catching. And long as they're going to set up the run like that and get it going, it's going to open up the passing game, and the Jets is giving that up. So just to be playing, I feel like Jets is one of them teams that just playing too fast for their own good, and they don't never let up playing that fast either. Like, come first half, they're playing that fast. Second half, they're still playing just as fast. So it's just always going to give an opportunity, even if the Packers somehow get down in this game because the Jets get a jump on them, which I can see that happening. It'll cause, it'll still give Rodgers multiple opportunities to air it out and catch up and come back and win the game. So if that's the case, then I like Romeo Doubs for 4,800. Because it seems like he's going to be the big target receiver for us, and Watson is supposed to be out. So also I like Cobb too. Like, if you want to do a double stack Romeo Doubs and Cobb's been showing up pretty big lately. Tyen is a decent play too as well. But on the other end over here, I like the running backs. Breece Hall, I feel like is big in play. Because if they do get down big, I feel like he's going to be the pass catching back. And as well, he's going to be able to run on us too, because of the fact I feel like the defense, when we get up, we lay off of the run. We know we're more trying to play the pass. So if he runs, he's going to get like 5 yards each, like every carry. So I actually like Breece Hall there. Receiver wise, if I had to pick a receiver, I said it earlier, it would be Garrett Wilson, just because he's in the slot. But I don't really know too many other plays I would go here. But yeah, for fantasy wise. But like I said, Rodgers is a sneaky play. Because of the fact Jets play too fast, man. They could just end up giving him the ball over and over and over. And Rodgers has yet to have a great game. And it's like, it's coming eventually. Like, eventually he's going to have that connection. and go for 3 to 4 touchdowns, and this could be the game. And so I just got to at least mention that for y'all. I'm going to keep it moving though here. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Colts. It's a rivalry game at the Colts home. Of course, I don't like Matt Ryan, y'all. Even though it's Jacksonville, I just don't like Matt Ryan. They just not scoring, and I believe they need Jonathan Taylor to be a go for sure to help them out. But if Jonathan Taylor is a go, I feel like it's just Jonathan Taylor. On the other side here, like I said, Jonathan Taylor would be the best play there. James Robinson, man, I don't think he's going to do that well on the road. On the other side, I think Christian Kirk is in play. Let me see. Is there any injuries to report in this game? Because I thought it could have been, and maybe it's not. Okay, so it doesn't look like there is an injury to report in this game. Yeah, it's not. So, yeah, but Christian Kirk should be in play, y'all. The slot is usually kind of where to attack. Also, as well as Evan Ingram is huge in play. One of the best tight ends to pick this week will be Evan Ingram, y'all. So for 3,500, load him up because I believe they're giving up maybe almost a touchdown, I think, a game too, as well, the tight ends here. So I feel like if he can get to these, if he's going to get this many targets, he's going off, y'all. Like, that's how I feel. If he gets 10 targets, he's going off. So, and if I had to play anybody receiver-wise on the other side, if y'all want to, Alec Pierce would be my play. But I'm going to keep it moving, y'all. We go into the Minnesota-Miami game. Man, this was supposed to be a great game. But with Tua being out, I don't really know what to think. And now I even thought at least Bridgewater was going to get a revenge game. But nope, that's not even going to happen for us. But Cousins to Jefferson is huge in play. I expect Jefferson to be close to the first game of stats right here, like close to 42 or like 37 fantasy. Really, I really expect him to get there. Getting back-to-back 13 targets, 26 targets over the last 2 games, that's ridiculous, y'all. If he's gonna stay on pace with that, I can see another 100, probably 70 yards, like serious, and at least a touchdown this one, because he didn't get a touchdown. He rushed in the one last week, but catching wise, he hasn't caught a touchdown since he played the Packers. So I think he's going to get a touchdown this game and still get over 150 yards. Like, it's crazy, but to say that, but yeah, I really do feel like he can do that again. So big in play for Jefferson at 8,900 there. And also Irv Smith is a good another play to stack if you want to do with Cousins. But I do feel like Cousins should be able to throw about 3 touchdowns in this game. I don't really like, I also think this, I don't know, is a rookie or whatever Thompson is, but man, I don't really know. I don't really want to say anything on this side because it just looks ugly. But what I will say is Mostert. I do like Mostert. I really like Mostert here. I feel like they're going to run a lot or lean on their run again. And Mostert is in play definitely. The Vikings give up the rush. So I would definitely lean there. And I feel like they're probably going to want to play a little bit slower to try to slow down Minnesota's scoring attack. So Mostert should be heavily in play there. It sucks they don't use Gesicki because he was should have been a good pick too as well, especially for 3,100. But I can't really go there because of that. Their receivers, man, it's just hard with this, other quarterback to even say either one of them should be in play here. Also, I don't think there's any injuries to report for this game, and there isn't. So yeah, so that's about all for the picks there. But like, I definitely like Cousins as a stack this week. Let's move on to the Cincinnati New Orleans game. This game right here, man, just became a bigger deal for me to definitely get, I need a Joe Burrow stack now. I definitely need a Joe Burrow stack now. I didn't really have none, but I'm about to load him up now because of the fact Chase looks like might be the only healthy receiver. Of course, Boyd is there, but Higgins, I don't know. I got a feeling he's probably not going to play. And it probably will just be Chase. This is going to be probably the Chase Burrow game. This is the first time they're playing in New Orleans since the championship in college, y'all. So, they both went to LSU. The last time they played, I believe, like, Burrow probably threw almost 400 or 500 yards. And Chase, went off for like 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns in that game and probably like almost 200 yards. This is probably going to look something like that. I just got this feeling because of the fact that Lattimore is out, y'all. That is huge. I know y'all know that's huge. Because I'm just thinking about how last week Lattimore was there and Metcalf almost scored 2 touchdowns and probably went for almost 100-something yards on them, even with Lattimore there. So, and Lattimore has kind of been getting scored on anyways lately, so it's been weird. But to not have Lattimore, and I'm just thinking like, yeah, if Higgins is not going to play, of course they're going to try to maybe double Chase, but he's not going to always be doubled. So, like, we already know that. And whoever the backup is just going to get exposed. And I expect Chase is, without Higgins there, I expect, 12 targets. Really, I expect this 16 target game for him. I expect him to try to he's going to be so motivated to try to catch up to what all the other receivers are doing. So if Higgins is out, he's going to try to go for like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns in this game back, basically at home and stuff like that, where they went to college at and won the championship. And so I definitely expect a huge game for Chase, Burrow. If Higgins is out, Boyd doesn't play too because is anybody else out? No, that's it. I thought it was slot cornerback was out too. But Boyd is still in play too as well, just because we did see what last week, what I want to say, who was that last week? Lockett. Lockett was able to do, because like I said, Metcalf and Lockett was supposed to both look like they was gonna go off. Like I said, Metcalf would have just got that one more touchdown. That would have been it. It would have been both of them you needed with Geno basically. So it's possible, toss in Boyd, or maybe it's a huge game for Mixon if they can score a lot of times in in New Orleans. So. But I definitely think I got to get some Burrow. I got to get the Burrow stacks going, because of that news, man. And definitely just toss in Chase, a little bit more too into my lineups, because without having Lattimore there, I expect a huge game from Chase, y'all. But also if Higgins somehow is able to go, Higgins will be in play too as well then. But if it's not, I'm rocking with Chase, y'all, for real. So on the other side of this game, I don't really like it, of course. Taysom Hill is the best play. So I'm just going to probably keep it moving here, because there's nobody going to play here for the receivers. So definitely I got to say Chase. I would say a value play probably is Callaway or something like that. But yeah, the tight end is where it's at, and the tight end should be in the tight end's position here, who's not, and it's Taysom Hill. So, and they're probably going to do a lot of Taysom Hill plays like crazy in this game to try to keep up with Burrow and them, since they're in a good spot. And so then we're going to keep it moving here. And we got Baltimore and the Giants. Any news here to report? I think it is. Yeah, so the cornerback on the outside for the Giants is out. So for Lamar, Andrews he lines up everywhere. He can line up out wide, and I just feel like the Lamar Andrews connection should go off this weekend. Also though, since Bateman is going to be out, Demarcus Robinson is in play a little bit then, since the out wide cornerback is out. But also, man, it's kind of hard just because of the fact that he only had 2 targets last game, and we don't really know for sure if he's going to play. I guess I would just have to say Duvernay is the main one because he starts. And they run a 2 wide receiver set, so what sucks about that, I would say Duvernay is probably the better pick, just because they do run a 2 wide receiver set. So basically he's not in the slot like he is a slot receiver, but he's not in the slot. So he's lined out wide. So and he's going to get the targets, as you've seen, 5, 7 and stuff like that. And going against a backup cornerback now should be in play then, as well as, of course, like I said, Andrews. I think this is another, back to how Lamar was playing the first, 2-3 games right here. Like, I think this is in play, y'all, like, for real, for this game. It just, he's exposed 3-4 defenses so bad right here. And going against another 3-4 defense. And I know the Giants are playing well, but I just really don't care. It's Lamar Jackson. I expect him to get back going, even without Rashad Bateman. I think him and Andrews is enough to go off. Also, Dobbins could be in play too as well if they decide to actually run the ball, since Justice Hill is out. So definitely I feel that Dobbins, if he can get back to the one game right here that we had 13 rush attempts, and also if he can catch some passes and things like that, I feel like he could be in play for another 22 fantasy points to go along with Lamar or something like that, stack with Andrews or something like that. But also, it's funny to say this, Daniel Jones is big in play. He's actually supposed to be the best pick this week because the Ravens, give up. They just don't stop anybody. It causes Lamar to have to keep scoring every time he gets on the field, just because his defense is not stopping anybody. The only thing is whack is, Saquon is kind of banged up or whatever, but he is getting a new target back. So I like Slayton down here, for 3,800, but getting Wan'Dale Robinson, the rookie, who I've been talking about for a while now, he has the quickness, man. Like, he's very shifty, and every time I talk about these shifty people, they do well. So like I told you about Alec Pierce, the same way. So not Alec Pierce, Damian Pierce, my bad, because I said his shiftiness, but just getting the ball out in the open, man, like get short distances, man. Like, if we can get 8 targets in this game for him, I see him doing really, really well, man. Doing really, really well in this game. But this is one of the slower paced games here. So Usually slower pace game, I try to look for more value plays, like this price here and things like that. But it is Lamar on the other side, and you got to pay up for that side for sure. And we just know what he can do. Like I said, he's exposed 3-4 defense is so crazy. Talking about nearly 50 fantasy points each time. So definitely got to say Lamar stacks are big in play here. Running back with a Slayton or something like that, or Wan'Dale Robinson, I don't mind doing that. The most cheapest stack though is gonna be a Daniel Jones stack this week though for sure. And I would say Bellinger could be in play too as well. If he's gonna get targets, but he has to get way more targets than these three, I feel like. But so we're gonna keep it moving though. We got Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh. This is the game, y'all. This is why I said watch this video, man, because oh my God, Brady failed us last week. So I can see a lot of people not wanting Brady, y'all. And I'm gonna tell y'all something though. This is the biggest news of this week going through injury reports. Every cornerback, y'all, for the Steelers is out. Every cornerback, y'all. Like going against, Brady the GOAT. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, goodness gracious, this is the fastest paced game on the slate, y'all. I mean, load up Brady. Load up Brady. I said it though on Monday though. I said this on Monday. I'm going back to Brady. I said that on Monday. I know I picked Cousins for the lineup, which was a good play still. But now that the report has came out that every cornerback is out for Pittsburgh, and this is the fastest paced game on the slate, y'all, I am loading up Brady again because I already said I'm going right back to the well. Godwin is supposed to be a go. Doesn't have an injury report, so he's supposed to be a full go. I like him. Also, Julio's out again. We saw him trying to throw to Russell Gage, but man, his connection with Russell Gage so far hasn't been great, and only in the game where there was no receivers for him. So I also think, man, Scotty Miller or something, because I don't know, man. He threw him the ball so much, and this game is going to be so fast-paced, man. You can throw in Scotty Miller, too, as well if you want to. But just thinking about the red zone targeted plays here, Mike Evans, Godwin, Fournette, all them are big in play, man. Huge in play, yo. Like, huge in play, man. There's no freaking cornerbacks. Like, just load up Brady and win this big money, y'all. Like, that's how I got to say it. On the other side here, though, Pickett, I mean, I like Pickett, man. I've been telling y'all about Pickett. He has a good opportunity too to do something because of the fact Murphy Bunton Jr. or whatever, he's out. So a slot cornerback is out. I feel like moving Deontay Johnson into the slot, he goes off then. I feel like he goes off this weekend. So if you want to just run him back, I like him. I know they play Chase Claypool in the slot, so there's opportunities with 9 targets. If he's going to get 9 targets, opportunities for him to have a great game too. So if you want to run back either one of those options, Pickens will probably have the hardest matchup because he'll always be out wide. He doesn't move into the slot. But at the same time, I would say he would get the weaker cornerback still when Deontay Johnson is out wide because he'll probably be the one that's getting double covered. So the one-on-one matchups to Pickens, this game is so fast, man. It's so fast. Like, I feel like it's easy to take any one of these receivers as a run back here. Like, I don't really care which one you go with. Like, I really don't because this, okay, last game. Like, I was explaining this last time. Last game, 13 targets against a game where he was getting beat really bad. Pickens. He threw 13 targets to Deontay Johnson. Threw 8 targets to Pickens, right? Then it was let's go to Claypool. Claypool had 9 targets right there. So all of them will be good run backs then if you're thinking he's getting beat bad since all his cornerbacks is out. He got to try to keep up. He's going to air it out the whole game. He's going to air it out the whole game in Pickett. So all his targets are beat. This is like to me, this is one of the easiest games to say fully stack and run back. Like, that's all I got to say. Also, I would even say in play, the lowest tight end now in play is Zach Gentry since Freiermuth is out. He also has some good targets last game, too. So, for $2,600, if you need the savings, go ahead and take Gentry. This is the game, though, y'all. Like, this is why I said watch the video because it's a lot of big cornerback stuff, like the Chase one news as well, and things like that. Of course, like those are all in play, man, now. So, big in play, man, for that game, though, for sure. Load it up, man, because go back to the well because a lot of people I can see being mad how Brady disappointed them, and that's a pretty good tournament play with all the other good quarterbacks we have still left to talk about. And that's where people will mostly be at, and I feel like they'll be sleeping on this game, and it could be a game where you might not need much from all the other bigger games, like for real, because that game could explode. So then we got this Carolina Rams game here. Stafford still has injuries to his line. Even Whitworth said it on Thursday that with the he basically said that basically he basically kind of told us load up the Panthers defense because of the fact he said if those linemen are going to be out like that, their offense is too complicated to basically run it smoothly and get everything to work. With those linemen being out and having to replace them. So load up Panthers defense if you want to for that reason. Of course, Stafford is also throwing picks, so another reason why they're loaded up. But over here in this game, PJ Walker, I like PJ Walker. I don't mind 4,900. Feels like a decent play here, especially with the fact that the Rams give us so many fantasy points to receivers and stuff. So I like DJ Moore. I feel like he's in play for a huge game. Finally, I feel like a quarterback that'll hit on his targets and not throw it out of bounds or things like that. I feel like also he should get 13 targets in this game with PJ Washington. Being able to run out the pocket, extend the plays. I feel like DJ Moore is that receiver that's gonna come back to the ball and get open for his quarterback when he's in trouble like that. And I just feel like a huge game for him this week. Also, the cornerback, Kobe Durant, who plays in the slot, is still questionable. It looks like they're going to have the other cornerback back in David Long, out wide. So they should be a little bit better for, I want to say, Rams defense. But in the slot, if DJ Moore just goes in there, I feel like he's definitely big and played in. If he can move in there again like he used to be in there last year, should be a really good game for him. I also love McCaffrey. I don't care that it says first place here. McCaffrey, I really love McCaffrey this week. I feel like he's possibly, Jonathan Taylor doesn't do it big, because he, if he's really injured a little bit still or gets banged up in that game. I feel like McCaffrey is the Jonathan Taylor this week. I really do. For 8,300, just a new quarterback getting 12 to 9 targets. I just told you Kobe Durant could, is questionable. So their slot cornerback is questionable. Basically, McCaffrey is the slot receiver right now. So that's why he's getting 9 to 12 targets lately. He's moved into basically running routes in the slot area, basically coming out the backfield, and it's just going to benefit him a lot. I know he has Bobby Wagner to maybe match up with a few times, but not the whole game. And I just see him, breaking a big one off of one of these catches right here, going for a touchdown. And I also see him getting a goal line touchdown in this game. And that can finally get him to about 30-something fantasy. I just got this feeling that McCaffrey's going to have a big game in this game, y'all, especially with the defensive. Everybody's picking Carolina defense. It's like, how do you take a defense and not think to take the running back? Every time we that's like a number one rule. Like when we take defenses, we're mostly thinking then they're probably getting good field position and getting to the goal line multiple times, so because of the defense, right? And it's like if McCaffrey scores 2 to 3 times in this game, man, he's going off, y'all. He's going off. And I really feel like he's probably in play, even on an away game. I really feel like just because he's not a regular running back, he's a receiver. So, and if they're giving up the most receiver points, mostly one of the most receiving points in the Rams, he's going to go off then in the reception area. Then his yards should be high. Maybe it's 81, maybe it's 100. Like, I just feel like he might outplay all the receivers on this team too as well. So I like McCaffrey, man. I just want to mention that for sure. On the other side here, though, we know Higbee's in play and we know Kupp is in play, y'all. Y'all already know they've been getting the most boatload of the targets and everything. But also I do want to say low player that I just saw because of the fact Cam Akers is supposed to be out. Yeah, won't play, y'all. So he's out right here. You see it as like biggest day right there. I don't know why it's not showing up here though, like it was. But Henderson, should be in play at home, running back, and if he can get, they're going to need to run the ball because the pressure is going to be coming for Stafford, and I know their line is really banged up, so they're going to have to run the ball more than 13, 10, 0 times. Like that's ridiculous, y'all. Like, and then also, since he's getting pressured, a lot of the dumps could go to Henderson. So I can see him get into a nice 15, 20 fantasy points. If they can get, they're going to have to try to score. They haven't been able to score more than almost like one time the last 2 games, right? Yeah. So I can see him pulling off one of the touchdowns, getting the 15 to 20 fantasy points, being that he's the main back now. So definitely I would say he's in play too for a cheap own. I feel like running back that nobody's really going to be on. But he is still a home back. So definitely got to put that in play. But Arizona here. Do we got news to report on this game? Because I thought we did. Yes, we do. Okay, so another news here. The right side cornerback in Mullen is out for, what is that? The Arizona Cardinals, y'all. So that's going to put in play Metcalf. Big in play for Metcalf. I love this game, y'all. I really love this game. This is a really good game, y'all. This game also, just want to let y'all know, the baseball game for the Seattle Mariners might conflict times with this game. So they're willing to push this game back a whole hour and a half. So this game possibly starts at 2:30. I have this weird feeling. If this game does get pushed back to that time, you're gonna need it. Like I don't know, maybe a lot of people or something from this game. I'm so serious. Like I just got this weird feeling. If that game gets pushed back, because could you imagine, like, we're so used to 1 o'clock, 1:30, and what, the slate being over about like 4:30 or so, and then so then you're like, oh, it's over, but it's not over because this game is still going, and there's 30-30 or something, and they're going to overtime now. Like, this is a rivalry game, but like neither one of these defenses are good. So, and both of the quarterbacks have been balling. Like lately, like, if you look at Kyler Murray, lately has heated up, y'all. Like, I mean, I know he has 17 here and everything, but 23 here. I mean, he's throwing a lot. That's what I like about Kyler Murray. He's throwing a lot right now. So when you look at his and I feel like his connection with Marquise Brown is like on point. We already knew he had it from college, but like, look at Marquise Brown's stats. Like 20, 21, 31. Like, I had him right here. I knew he was about to go off this game. And ever since, though, he's been balling. So the targets is high. This will be the last week that he probably gets some crazy double-digit targets, because Hopkins comes back Thursday night when they play. So, I definitely think this game, though, it's a sneaky game, man. It's a sneaky, crazy shootout game, y'all. Like a high-scoring game. The way people feel about the Buffalo-Kansas City game, I feel this game is that game. So, I just want to throw that out there, because Kyler Murray, Geno Smith, I like both of them. Especially with the fact now a cornerback is out for the Arizona Cardinals that's going to supposed to be lined up with Metcalf. So, you tell me a backup is going to be in. I don't know if it's a rookie or a very low experience backup. But Metcalf has already been playing really good. I love the target amounts I'm seeing. Like I said, was so close to scoring a second touchdown in this game, posting another 100-yard game. So he would have back-to-back 100-yard games, 2 touchdowns. He would have been up to near 30 fantasy points. I think this is a game where he gets to 30 fantasy points. Like, I think Geno, hits on him. Lockett is banged up with a hamstring injury, which that kind of scares me, because everybody's been going out with hamstring injuries. If somehow he does go out with a hamstring injury or something in middle of this game, because he's supposed to be able to do well in this game too. So I feel like they need Lockett. I think he's going to play. It's just that I'll be cautious of taking him because of that. But if he did get hurt, Metcalf would get a crazy amount of targets in a fast-paced game like this. Like I said, I really like this game, y'all. Also, I think Disley is in play. I really think Disley is in play for 3,100. But also on the other end here, Ertz is huge in play. We've seen what Seattle has given up to tight ends like every week, but it's both of these teams give up to tight ends. So it don't matter how you want to stack this. You want to throw in the tight end with one of these receivers or whatever. I love it. Everybody knows Connor is out, so Benjamin is in play. I even think Kenneth Walker could do well, because I feel like he should get more receptions and targets here. Like, I feel like this should go up with the fact that Rashad Penny is out. He should be able to be an all 3 down back. And I feel like a rookie playing at home that got drafted high for them, I expect him to try to come out and really show why they drafted him. Like, I really do. So I just think this is such a great game, man. Like, the reason why I think it's a great game too is because I look at both of these quarterbacks, and what I love about, like, okay, when you could kind of see when it's going to be like a shootoutable game, to me it feels like it's when a team is really using everything on their team. Like, the whole, offense is available. And ever since Geno has took over, we talking about Disley. Disley gets targets, in this offense. Even Noah Fant has went up now in targets. So even he's in play, But we're going through, look at the targets, man. Look at this. Crazy. Like, Metcalf, right? You go to Lockett, doing like all in play. The whole offense is at his, exposed. Like, he can use everybody. I think the only person that's not being used is like Estridge, but he looks like he got hurt or something. But yeah, but everything is in play here, So Kenneth Walker now will be in play over Rashad Penny since he's out, and I like that too. Like, the whole offense is in play, which means that it's gonna make it hard for a defense to stop you. You know what I mean? When you look at the other side, Kyler Murray, we know he can rush. We know he's gonna throw. Benjamin's going to be in play. I already feel like the receiving wise of him, he can run routes really good. So he's going to be a really good target to throw to. So that part's going to be in play here. We already know Marquise Brown's getting highly targets, like crazy high targets. I love that he's using Rondale Moore, 5 targets. This is probably going to be his last game of getting these amount of targets, because I believe when Hopkins comes back, Marquise Brown's going to move into the slot. So this will be one of his best games right here to get off. AJ Green, I mean, they use him, but not as much. I feel like Rondale Moore and Marquise Brown is more for the big plays. But Zach Ertz, come on, man. Look at these. Like, this makes it hard for a defense to stop you. When you're throwing the ball everywhere, y'all know what I'm talking about because Pat Mahomes does that, and it's why he's able to score on every defense. It doesn't matter because he throws everywhere. So you talking about two teams that's a rival team going at it with their whole full offense available to them with good quarterback play. This is another big game, y'all. Just want to let y'all know it's a high fantasy game right here, man. Don't miss out on it because I know everybody wants to talk about this game. Buffalo and Kansas City Chiefs. Okay. I will say though, I believe what do we got? 7th in pace with Buffalo. We got 18th in pace with Kansas City. Kansas City to me, I don't think they ready to do a shootout with Josh Allen. They're really not. They need to somehow try to find a way to slow it down because they're not going to be able to hang with Josh Allen. Just simple as that, y'all. And it sucks because for Kansas City side, I would say it sucks for them because of the fact that Josh Allen plays too fast. Like, they play too fast. And I said it every week. I say this every week with Pat Mahomes' team. If you play fast, you're scoring every drive. If you're really that good, like a Josh Allen type of a talent, y'all, like, he's just too good. Like, if he's going down you're gonna keep getting the ball back at fat, he's gonna score every time, y'all. It's just like the only thing they're not even using their running backs and they're going down scoring 4 times, and what's so crazy is we saw what Jacobs was able to do to this defense. So Singletary would be in play if you think they get up so big and they just start rushing the ball late because they're up that big on them, then yeah, Singletary could break a big one and still get there because they giving them mad yards at rushing. You saw what Jacobs did, y'all. So, but somehow, some way, Pat Mahomes going to have to have longer drives, which his drives would be long even if he is getting down the field against Buffalo because their defense is so tough. Like, they're very tough. So it's going to take a chip away approach, dumping it off to McKinnon and maybe Pacheco or CEH here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and dumping it off to Juju. Like, he's going to dump his way all the way down the field, man, and then try to dump it off to Kelsey for the touchdown still, even though they're going to double him. But then it's going to probably be Noah Gray or Fortson or something like that. You know how they like to do those little tricky plays when they get down there. So, because they know the attention is going to be on Kelsey now. So, I expect them to be, trying to get down the field deep. They got to go with MVS. I feel like he played a really good game last week. So, seemed like a decent run back. Still got that rookie out there on the outside. Tre'Davious White still not back, I believe. So, yeah, if they're trying to take a deep shot, it's going to be MVS. Hardman with that heel injury, I don't think I want to take him. I know he kept coming in and catching like one big play, but then coming right off the field because of this heel injury that he's going through. So MVS will have to step up. But like I said, the Bills make you chip your way down the field on them. It's really hard to have big shot plays, especially without a Tyreek Hill on your team. So the other side though is like they're going off. Also, I want to say it's an injury report here too. So the slot cornerback in Fenton is out, y'all. So I really feel like Diggs is, oh my God, Diggs gonna kill them. Diggs gonna kill them, y'all. Diggs gonna kill them because he's the one that moves in and out. So all they gotta do is move him inside and he's gonna go off, y'all. Like, we saw what Devontae was able to do to Fenton when he was there. He was actually there and Devontae killed him. So it's like now you got a backup. And then what's also sad is Gabe Davis out wide is going against a rookie. Oh my God. Like I said, I know this game is big too. And I did preach a lot about this other game. It's just the one thing I will say though about this game though is that because I want to say, Pat runs a 4-3 defense on Kansas City. And Josh Allen is one of those quarterbacks where we saw it like in the playoffs. He just threw, to Davis all the touchdowns. And in a 4-3 defense, that kind of happens a lot more, where it's kind of just maybe one receiver just gets off. And so there could just be maybe Diggs or just Davis here is all I want to say. Like, and what I want to say that because Josh Allen is one of those kind of quarterbacks where he'll just get stuck on somebody. Like, if they're just having the best matchup and they're going off, he'll just keep throwing to them. So it could just be Gabe Davis. You want to take the savings and just take him. I don't mind just having him, or just having Diggs. You don't got to double stack this if you don't want to. And if I'm double stacking this, I don't think I'm really running back anything. I know people will probably have Kelsey and everything like that, but I just feel like it's going to be a really tough game for Kelsey. And I know because of what he's coming off of, that great game and 7,800 was his price. And it, we get it. It makes sense. But this is going to be a very tough game. I don't really know where Pat Mahomes is going to go. I don't really know, but I know he has his whole offense to use to try to get down the field. But like I say, he's gonna have to chip away, y'all. Got to chip away. But on the other end, it's like Josh Allen just gonna bomb on him. So like, yeah, you can definitely do the double stack, but just rolling with one, and I feel like Josh Allen is gonna get there. Since they don't run the ball and Josh Allen runs the ball, he's in play to rush in 2 touchdowns then, basically. So he can rush in 2 touchdowns, throw 2 touchdowns, and still have a huge game. And the only thing is if he throws 2 touchdowns, then you kind of worried because you might had took both, receivers, and it's Gabe Davis both times. So I will just mention that. But yeah, man, this is a really good week, man. Loving this week. Let me get to the basically I call it the cheat sheet for receivers, stacks and things. So the best stacks this week. Let's get to it real quick. What's wrong? Where my paper at for that? Okay, here we go. My bad, y'all. So the best stacks this week. Number one, so I'm gonna do the best 3 basically. So number 1 is Brady, Evans, and Godwin. It's the most fantasy points. Both receivers are capable of getting over 100 yards. Both receivers are able to get a touchdown each too. So definitely that's one of the best stacks by far then. If both receivers are able to get a touchdown too and 100 yards, like come on now. So you want to roll with Brady like I told y'all to? Lock it in and win this big money. Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson for the Giants is the second best stack with rolling with what I want to say, Daniel Jones. Just because the Ravens are giving up so many fantasy points to receivers, they're both also capable of getting 100 yards each, but only one of them will probably score a touchdown maybe. So, but if you just want to roll with Slayton or you just want to have Robinson as a value play, you don't have to have the stack. They're good plays though to toss in your lineup. And then the last one is supposed to be PJ Walker is supposed to be the third best stack, y'all. So DJ Moore, McCaffrey. I didn't mention Shi Smith or Anderson, but Anderson was kind of banged up. But Shi Smith is kind of playing in the slot at 3,600. But DJ Moore and McCaffrey feel like the best plays in that if you was doing that type of stack there with PJ Washington. But those are the 3 best stacks for receivers. Then I think that's about it, y'all. I think that's all of it, man. So I really hope y'all win big, man, this week, man. Like I tried to narrow this down to, man, it's about what you got 1, 2, 3. I want to say, and the fourth biggest game here. Well, shoot, the rest are kind of like, it was in good spots. Like I said, this was a good spot here for fantasy points to happen in there. Of course, Jefferson and Cousins here too as well. So because I feel like even though Miami is out there rolling with a backup quarterback, they still gotta be pressured long because they are still having Tyreek and Waddle still out there, so they can break a big one at any time on that defense and put pressure on them to continue to have to score. So definitely there. Like I said, sneaky option of Rodgers too here, but the main games to me, like I said, is Pittsburgh right here, Arizona, and Buffalo. Those are the main games, man. I feel like if you stick to those games, I think you're winning big, y'all. So, but it's your boy Jaystar, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that full strategy show slate, man. Like I always do, try to give y'all the best information to help y'all out in winning this money, man. If any of y'all win, let me know, man. Shout it out. I'm gonna shout y'all out, man. In next videos and things like that. When y'all win big, y'all part of the Star community. Jaystar community, baby. So keep winning that big money, and I'm out. Good luck this weekend, y'all. Peace.